Hello everyone and welcome back to the new book review. Each week we'll be taking a look at some of the new titles coming to the Prince George Public Library. This week we'll be looking at several titles in the adult collection. And without any further ado, let's look at some books.
My name is Angeline and I work here at the Prince George Public Library. The book that I'm going to review today is Frederick Backman's new book, Anxious People. It's about a failed robbery, an accidental hostage, and an apartment viewing. So none of these situations seem at all likely, but as this quirky story unfolds, its assembly of imperfect characters start to present themselves. Anxious People becomes a story realer and more relatable than I thought possible. The book is set the day before New Year's in a rural town in Sweden. So it's kind of revolves around this desperate parent with nowhere to go and nowhere to live, and he's really afraid of losing custody of his children, and he attempts to rob a bank. So his endeavor fails because, as it turns out, the bank is cashless and the police are coming for him. So the robber, still in a ski mask and holding what he thinks is a fake pistol, flees to the closest apartment building and walks into an open house and accidentally turns it into a hostage situation. So the book kind of spans over a 24-hour period, mostly set inside of the apartment, as 8 diverse, strange, and yes, anxious people, for sure, come to grips with their past traumas, marital issues, and some family divisions. I picked up this book because I've loved Backman's books in the past. So he is probably most famous for his book, A Man Called Uwe, which is a great book, and also for Beartown. Backman's characters, for me, tend to stay with me for a long time after I finish them, and I'm sure that some of the characters from Anxious People will as well. In Anxious People, Backman leaves the reader really satisfied, so this is a book where all the loose ends are kind of tied up by the end of the story. And I know that this could be a criticism of the book because it does leave little to the imagination, but I actually thought it was quite refreshing. It's the kind of book that you want to pick up during a pandemic like the one that we're currently in. Anxious People shows us how kindness and compassion and empathy are all kind of integral in making it through each day. So it's definitely one of the best books that I've read in 2020 so far. Anxious People is poignant, it's humorous, and it's a really soulful read, so I highly recommend it. It reminds us that we are all idiots because life in itself is idiotically difficult.
Our next book is Humans by Brandon Stanton. After 5 years of traveling the globe, the creator of the online community and the book Humans of New York is back with another title featuring people from across the world. He ignores borders, chronicles stories, and shows us the faces of the world as he saw them. His travels took him from London, Paris, and Rome to Iraq, Dubai, Vietnam, Uganda, Pakistan, and many more. His chronicling of these people's lives show an experienced writer who has traveled widely and thought deeply about the state of our world. I always start with a struggle, says author Brandon Stanton, about the subjects he approaches on the streets from Berlin to Bogota, and they, in turn, respond with openness and enthusiasm, with surprising candor and an economy of words. These humans express their loneliness, disappointment, fears, and other vulnerabilities even more readily than their triumphs and celebrations. You will meet so many strong and wonderful people as you explore this book and learn of their struggles as well as their successes. We are all so much more alike than we realize. We are all connected through our feelings of joy, happiness, loss, and pain. We all feel lost and rejected sometimes, and we all wish for someone to reach out and listen to feel a little less alone. This book shines a light on some incredible stories of resilience and joy, as well as pointing out that we could all use a little more kindness in our world.
How to Take Awesome Photos of Cats by Andrew Martela. If you want to take awesome photos of cats, this book is for you. Author Andrew Martela's new book, How to Take Awesome Photos of Cats, will set you up for success. It gives you a basic introduction to feline behavior, which will help you better understand and better work with your cat friends. It's also full of lots of useful tips and tricks on how to use your phone, digital camera, and lots of toys to capture the best photos. There are lots of adorable cat photos scattered throughout this book, making it super fun to use, and they'll also inspire you to capture your own adorable cat photos. The author, Andrew Martela, also gives really valuable advice on how you can start building a social media presence for your business or your pet. So whether you're taking photos just for yourself, for your new photography business, maybe to boost your cat's influencer status, or to help out at a local animal shelter, this book will give you the edge you need and the photos you always wanted.
And that's all the books we have for this week. We will be going on a short break now, so we won't have a new book review until the new year. So until then, happy holidays, happy new year, and of course, make sure to check out these books.